And we're live.
All right. Welcome back. So, this week we're back with another great topic. This week is all about house training and potty training while your dog is still having accidents in a home. Potty training is probably like on the top list of things people do call me about. And it's like one of those things that can get tricky if you don't go about it the right way. How was Archie when it came down to potty training? Was it fairly easy or was he kind of,
Like number ones, he had accents here and there just from playing, getting excited.
yep.
The way where his breeder, they actually had like a go outdoor, so they would always follow the
Hmm.
mom out. And so he
Yep.
never had a number two accident. I think it was mainly because of that. He kind of learned when he was in the at the breeders,
Yep.
um, you know, don't do that inside type of thing. So,
Like go
but the
outside. Yep.
excitement piece, yeah, go outside. But the excitement piece always
Definitely.
happened. All those things. So, but he was pretty good. I'd say like after like first handful of months, he was pretty
Yep.
good, and after that,
Yeah.
it was like good so far.
Yeah,
So
so like I said, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of potty training. There is training behind it, but you kind of have to always
yeah,
be on your toes watching your dog. So,
oh yeah,
like I said, a lot of times when you're working on house training and potty training out here, my dog's still having accidents. What's going on? I've been trying to do this for a month or whatever it may be. So, I'm going to go through the top three reasons your dog may still be having accidents in the home. So, one reason your dog still could be having accidents in your home is because of confinement and the way you have your house or confinement area set up. So ideally, if your dog is still having accidents in the house, you don't want to give them free reign of the house. So if you're giving them free reign of the house, of course they're going to have accidents mostly everywhere, but you want to make sure that you have them in a confinement area, especially if they're not potty trained. Confinement just means that they're either in a gated area with a pee pad in that. So if they have to use the bathroom, regardless whether you're pee pad training them or not, just so they have an area just in case. Or if you want, you can have them in the crate for short periods of time, if you can't watch them as well. But essentially, if your dog's still having accidents, you may want to look at how you have your house set up and think about are you giving your dog too much free reign of the house? Because you always want to start them off with a smaller area. So check out the confinement, check out your house setup, and make sure that they just have a small area to start off with at first. Another reason they could be having accidents in a home is because you're leaving food out. Okay. So you don't want to leave food out all day because ideally your dog has to go to the bathroom 15 minutes after they eat food. But if you're leaving food out all day, there's no way for you to possibly gauge when your dog has to use the bathroom. But if you're feeding your dog twice a day or three times a day, you want to make sure that once they eat that meal, wait 15 minutes, then take them out. A lot of times, if you're leaving food out, even water out during the day, they're just going to have accidents throughout the house. And that's not something that we ideally think of like, oh, let's take up the food, especially if your dog's not like a quick eater and gobble it down. You want to give them time to eat. But essentially, leaving that out during the day could contribute to your dog having accidents in a home. And a little about the water. So sometimes I get, oh my God, my dog's going to get thirsty and stuff like that. When I'm talking about taking up food and water, I'm not saying deprive your dog of water or anything like that, but you want to make sure if the water is out that you can see the water so that when the dog does drink the water, you're able to take them out to the bathroom, if that makes sense. If you're going to
yeah.
take up the water, it's not going to be for long. You just kind of want to use, you kind of know. So just make sure you're monitoring the intake and leave the bowl and stuff where you can see it. If not, pick it up for a little bit until you can. So start taking up the food and stuff if you have that out, and that could help a lot. The third thing that could contribute to your dog having accidents in the home, and this is one where it's like an aha moment for folks, is the cleaning supplies you're using to clean up the accidents in your home. So, for instance, if you're using like bleach, pine sol, or any type of chemical like that, it's actually attracting your dog right back to the spot where they're having that accident. It actually increases the smell and it makes them want to go back. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning your dogs, cleaning any accidents in the home up with things that are neutral. So you can go to like Petco or PetSmart and get something like Resolve, which that's the kind of formulated doggy cleaner that's neutral. Use that. But if you don't want to use Resolve or anything like that, just simply using soap and water or a lot of times we'll use wet wipes or wet ones because they don't have any chemicals in it, or you can make your own solution of vinegar and water. But you just want to think no chemicals, no chemicals. And so a lot of times, it takes a lot for that smell to kind of dissolve once you do kind of clean it up with bleach and stuff like that. But once it does dissolve, you should see kind of your dog having a little bit of a shift. Oh, you know what? I know I said 3, but I want to add on one more because with
Bonus
school
one.
coming up and kids going back to school, I think is a really important one. I think we should dive deep into this another time, but changes in schedule. That will definitely throw your dog off. If you're like, yay, my dog's been potty trained, and then all of a sudden they starting to regress, you want to take a look at your schedule. What changed in that schedule? I know kids are either already back to school or going back to school soon, and I know your schedule will shift up a little bit. So just keep in mind that when your schedule shifts, if you're taking your dog out at a certain time each day, and you're going to start to switch that up, it may throw off their potty training a little bit. So it's good to just sit down with the family, figure out what your new schedule is, and kind of try to simulate what your dog's currently on or get them on that new schedule. But that definitely could be a reason, especially this time of year, why your dog is having accidents in the home. As far as Archie, did any of these any of these like light bulb moments for you? Like, oh, I didn't know that, or did you kind of know some of these things?
I think like definitely change in schedule definitely makes a difference.
Yep.
Also just bringing up the water, especially like when they're puppies and everything, and you just know like they're gonna have to pee like this far away from when they drink, and just being able to monitor it is a big deal
Yep.
too.
Yeah,
All those
absolutely.
tips really help, but especially in the first few months when you're working with your dog and your puppy, it's like you really want to, like you said, keep aware of things, but also be able to manage different other levers that you can pull and push to sort of make it a little more attainable for you to actually manage everything else and pay attention
Exactly.
to what's going on. Right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And I
for sure.
always talk, when I work with my clients, I always sit down with them. And even part of the training plan, I always talk about making training and making stuff part of your schedule so it's not taking any extra time. And that way you want to train and makes training easier. So definitely getting your dog on schedule, making sure, like I said, check out your house, making sure you're not giving them too much free reign, taking up the food and stuff during the day, and definitely make sure you're using cleaning supplies, and that should start to help you get your dog back on track to not having accidents in a home. But other than that, I hope you guys found these, tips and reasons useful. Scott, do you have anything to kind of piggyback off of here?
I mean, Fran just left a comment saying our pup had accidents till 7 months. Little ones need to go frequently. Definitely have to keep an eye on them. You'll learn their triggers and excitement.
Especially the little
What we just
ones.
talked about,
Yeah,
yeah, especially little ones. So it's a big deal. It doesn't. It's not. It's going to take some weeks, some time, and all that sort of thing. But you'll learn
yeah,
with your dog, especially as you go through things. So,
yeah,
and then also, if you're looking for help, we do have a crate and house training program we just released for online training. So you can head over
definitely.
to our website, online courses, check it out there. I'll drop a link in the comments as well. But Pam, anything to wrap up with?
No, and so like the online course, it's pretty, like I know folks are busy these days. You can go at your own pace and stuff like that. And as always, I'm available. So if you have questions, just drop them in the comments or feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help you. That's all. So other than that, I
Perfect.
guess we'll see you next week and with another great topic.
Bye, everyone.